Hi, Soul Family. Caitlin here. Thank you so much for being here still, and welcome, new subscribers. I saw one person, so thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope my channel will encourage you and just give you a place to go if you feel like you need someone to relate to, you know. And today I wanted to talk about redefining purpose. Sorry, this light the sun is very bright right now. I'm trying to not wash myself out. One thing I found after awakening is, and for anyone who's watching this who might be like, what is awakening? Like, what I found is awakening is just understanding, now seeing yourself as God, as creator, and really perceiving the world as the projection, right? Awakening to the full responsibility that you have, that you create circumstances, that you create reality. And reality is not what we see on the outside, it's what is inside of us. So after waking up to this identity, it's funny because prior to awakening, I was so quote unquote purpose driven, right? And I wonder how many of you can relate to that. Like, it almost felt like we had more purpose before we were awakened, right? Because we were more deliberate in doing things and feeling important, doing important things in the world, fixing things. It gave us a drive, right? And that's all ego. And after the awakening, it's like, oh, we don't need anything. I don't need anything. I am is enough. Being is enough. And it almost is like we have lost that sense of purpose, because really, well, in my experience, it's just been, the newfound purpose is just to be, right? Just to enjoy, just to be joyous, just to be everything, like to really experience my identity, my I am awareness in its fullest, right? And like, what freedom, like completely freeing us from the entrappings of the world, where now we don't even need anything to drive us. We don't even need anything to feel important, because we are everything, right? And it can feel really disorienting, like we're just aimless. But that's how you actually know you're found, right? Is when you're aimless, is when you're okay with being. So I'm just sharing this because I had a really interesting experience last night. Like, just a wave of emotions came over me, really, really deep emotions that of course, it was great to let them out. But I didn't realize that I was holding on to that. The body was holding on to all these things. And it also hit me that in this in-between spot where sometimes we can feel like we're wandering, it's actually, what I've found is like a call to rest. Because it's in these moments of such stillness. Let's say when our realities aren't playing the way we thought they would, when everything's unfolding for our highest good and the highest good of all, and let's say we're living in the end assumption for a certain job or a certain financial windfall, right? In between, in that messy middle, it can be, well, we have two choices. We can allow it to, we can resist it and be scared, or start getting narratives that are opposite of the true fulfillment we are, right? Opposite of being wealth, opposite of being rich, opposite of being provided for. Or we can settle in more deeply into that resonance of, I am well, I am rich, I am provided for, I am my supply, I am connected to the infinite, the divine supply. And that's what these messy in-betweens do. They give us the chance to sink deeper into that resonance, so that then reality can unfold and provide that to us, right? It's giving an opportunity for all the energies that don't match that resonance to come to the surface, and either we're going to hold on to it and retract and go back, or we're going to let go and be propelled forward, right? So a lot of emotions came up yesterday, and it was just it made me realize how grateful I am for the in-between, for the space where we're just holding the inner resonance, we're knowing the 3D is not a reality, and we're living in the end of our assumptions, right? For wealth, or for relationships, for jobs. And it just made me realize that it's just so divinely designed that we couldn't possibly know all the things that are to be released if we didn't live in this way, if we didn't awaken, if we didn't live in assumption, if we didn't live by faith. And it's so funny because years and years ago, I was talking to a coach, right? And he was like helping me out of something, but I was telling him like how much I live by faith, and he was like, I was made to believe that was a flaw. And here I am again now, like a decade later, even returning to that even more. And I felt like I've just always been like that, like ever since I was little, naturally connected to divine supply, naturally connected to consciousness and understanding the non-material reality. Does anyone relate to that? So I don't know, of course, when we're like this in a material world of illusion, we can feel often as if we are misplaced, or as if we are lost. But you're not. And so I know this was a big ramble. It was more of a ramble, but I just wanted to connect with anyone who might also be feeling the same way. Just continue remaining open to yourself, to the unfolding, and remember that you are creator, you are the I am. You are everything already. You already have everything. Remain in that resonance, strengthen that resonance within you.